are so back. Hello everybody, guess what? As you guys can see from the thumbnail and title, I am doing a bookshop with me video. I cannot tell you the last time that I've done just a dedicated bookshop with me. If you guys like keep up with the video, there are like sometimes in a vlog or something, I will run to Barnes to either grab a physical copy of a book, or if there's a book that I'm reading for a video, I'll go grab it. But I haven't been to just like browse books for like leisure. I have not done that in such a long time, and I feel like I'm healing. Let me unpack that and explain. I feel like I have just been a little like mentally out of it, and I feel like now I'm kind of getting back into, you know, all of those things. So we're going to do that today. I was going to go to Barnes anyway because I'm picking up a few books for the nursery. I'm doing this project in the nursery, but I also want a bookshop for me. So you guys may be like, Destiny, what do you have your eye on to get? I'm so glad you asked. Now we know that my relationship with thriller novels is a little bit like this. Hard for me to rate a thriller very highly. I got a TikTok recommendation, like slideshow of some of the best thrillers that this person has ever read. Like no thrillers ever compared. And I went to the comments, and then you know when you get one of those, but then you go to the comments and you see even more people that are like, oh my gosh, I wish more people talk about this book. It's such a good thriller. I think I screenshotted 3 of them that I wanted to pick up, and I was like, maybe we could do a little like thriller kind of spooky reading vlog because I'm really wanting it to be fall. Also, I feel like there's a few new releases that have come out that I want to browse and look at a little bit. Also, I am literally in the middle of unhauling books right now. I don't want to go crazy insane. I don't want to sit here and buy 30 books. Like, that's not what we're going to do. But we're gonna browse around. We're gonna have a fun time. It's gonna be kind of nostalgic. So I'm going to throw on an outfit, which is probably gonna take me an hour, and I'm gonna sob my eyes out. And I'll see you guys in the car. Okay, everybody, we have arrived at the Barnes & Noble, and I told myself, listen, it's a weekend. There's gonna be people here. We are going to film through it because if you guys know, I get scared when people are around, but I'm like, we're gonna film through it, bestie. We're gonna do it. I am wearing a sweatshirt, and it is literally like 80 degrees outside. I'm gonna do what I do best. I'm gonna grab my headphones, and I'm gonna act like I'm invisible to the world, okay? Another day, another barn. Yesterday, I went to Barnes, but it was a weekend and it was packed, and I ended up getting some books for the nursery. Not some. I ended up getting quite a few books for the nursery. I didn't browse for anything for myself because I was extremely overwhelmed. We're trying again. Barnes just opened. It's a different one. So we're gonna see what we can find in here, if we can find anything. I already talked about everything that I have my eye on for today, so we're just going to take a browse.
Get this one.
Chocolate chip cookie. This is what
I want her to read this one, guys.
No,
doesn't it look so cool?
I think this is like a cozy mystery. That's what's going on here.
I like it.
It has
So cute. So that's a no.
I was literally about to say that I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I do not enjoy the sprayed edges on every single book, especially paperback. Okay, I told you guys I have a few thrillers that I wanted to find, so I'm gonna see if I can find them.
Here.
That's
Or do you want to do the cinnamon roll murder?
These are all like cozy mysteries. Like, that's what, is this the same author? Yeah, it's the same author. Oh, this is like her niche. Her covers are cute. Look at this. Cinnamon roll murder. Apple turnover murder. Anybody let me know if you guys have read these. She's a New York Times best-selling author, the queen of the culinary mystery. I feel like I'm missing something here.
Novel of a mystery and adventure.
Okay. Okay, D. What is this book called? I already forgot. Literally right here in front of my face. This is the first one that I found recommended. Oh wait, look, they're all right by each other, because I'm pretty sure this is another one that I got recommended. Okay, well, we have found 2 of them. She keeps pointing to the chocolate chip cookie murder.
Maybe I just want a chocolate chip cookie. I don't
yeah,
know.
That's like the shot that everybody gets in didn't even know about this, but all romance paperbacks are buy one get one 50% off. I just haven't been in a strictly romance mood. So this is coming at the worst possible time for me. I don't know if it's just me really wanting it to be fall, but I've been into fantasy and also like the fall romance, like these. Like when you see these out on a table. I am reading this on my Kindle right now. Should I get the physical copy? Maybe. Sometimes I randomly think about books that I wish I could read for the first time, and the Emily Henry books are definitely one of them.
You didn't do a reread on them before?
Yeah, but I mean like read them for the first time. Like you know when you're like, I didn't appreciate reading it for the first time. It is funny because I do feel like I unlocked a different part of Barnes & Noble with the kids books corner section, and I love this Barnes's kids book section. We are now in the cozy mystery section. For books that we think are top contenders, and one of them is The Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, which is the book that my mom was trying to get me to get over in the thriller aisle. But this one's the cute little small edition. Maybe if I liked it, we could get the special edition. Did it make you want a chocolate chip cookie?
I mean,
who doesn't want a chocolate chip cookie, honestly? If you are noticing that I'm out of breath or that I'm sweating through this shirt, just mind your business. Just don't say anything. Joe is ready for a haul of all of the books that we got. I'm going to show you guys those, but first I thought that it would be fun if I showed you guys the books that I got yesterday that I got to help stock up the nursery library. I'm not going to be offended if you skip this portion of the video. It's not for everybody. If you don't care, skip to the part with the book haul. That's completely fine with me, but I am going to share these with you guys. Okay. First and foremost, I got these 3 black and white books because I heard that these are really good, especially as babies start to do tummy time, that they're really good for development, everything like that. So I got 3 of these little books because I thought that it would be nice to have these on hand. I picked up I Love You to the Moon and Back. I like these sentimental books. I feel like they really help, especially as your baby grows up. Reading books like this can really help deepen their understanding of your love for them. So I like picking up little sentimental ones like that. These were some of my favorite books when I was in school, so I went ahead and picked up the collection of them that I just have some type of memory with. So of course we have the ever famous Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Classic comedy, okay? And then we also have The Pigeon Finds a Hot Dog. Gotta love it. This one I thought would be really fun, especially as your kid grows up. It's The Pigeon Needs a Bath. I was trying to think through some books too that like developmentally, like as you go through life, that kind of addresses some of the like everyday things. Like this one says, Don't Let the Pigeon Stay Up Late. I'm gonna show you guys how Charlie is for this haul right now. She is locked in. She's also just tuning into the haul. Last one, The Pigeon Wants a Puppy. I also looked into just some of the most like loved and kind of well taken now. What is the word that I'm looking for? I guess we'll just say most loved books within like parent stuff, like parents who recommend books, but it's The Runaway Bunny, and it's really cute. It's like the bunny says that it's running away, and it's kind of just like the bunny, like the mother's love for the bunny, which I thought was really cute. Also picked up On the Night You Were Born, again another one of those like emotional sentimental reads. This is another one that I saw parents recommend. I got like a TikTok slideshow, and it was a mom talking about their favorite books for their kids, and this one was Grumpy Monkey. People just feel grumpy sometimes, so it's a really fun book. I wanted to pick up some of the classics, you know, like we have Curious George. I picked up Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, as well as Are You My Mother. I still have my eye on a few books that I didn't get yesterday that I want to get complete for the library. These were just kind of like a starter. And we have Brown Bear, What Do You See? Again, just some of the classics that you think of when you think of the books. I Wish You More. I read this one and it is so sweet. I didn't know what it was at first, but it's like I wish you more ups than downs. I wish you more give than take. Like, it's very, very sweet. A lot of life lessons in that one in a simple, easy to understand way. We have Wherever You Are, My Love Will Find You. Again, the sentimental books I feel like are very, very important to read, as well as the fun books. Again, I of course got If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. These are very, very fun. I feel like kids have a lot of fun with those. If You Give a Moose a Muffin, If You Give a Pig a Pancake, If You Get a Cat a Cupcake. Okay, they're all very, very fun and cute. Of course, again, the classic Goodnight Moon. This is so sweet. And then I also saw this one recommended, which it also has an award, and that is Mother Bruce. And I read through this one and it was very cute. That one's a nice one. And then we also have Corduroy, which is just a sweet story. I remember this one from my childhood as well. So that's kind of the starter pack of books. Like I said, there are a few other ones that I want to get as well. I said this in the book shopping portion earlier, but I literally do feel like I've just unlocked a new section of Barnes & Noble that's very dangerous for me in my wallet. Okay, moving on to what I bought today. I did go through some of my books and unhaul them. I feel like I could be a little bit more real with myself and unhaul a few more. Genuinely, like the last time that I went and did like a big book shopping, I can't really remember like actually just doing like a dedicated book shopping little trip. So like in this like kind of old school video manner that I used to do these all the time. So I thought that it would be fun to go and do this. First and foremost, these books are just really funny to me because it just so happened that one of these is the book that my mom was like really trying to get me to read. I have been saying that I'm just in the mood for like cozy fall reads. I'm really yearning for that cozy fall weather, and if I'm gonna be honest, is part of it just the vibes? Yes, but also I do not know how to dress in the summertime. Like y'all, I don't know. I'm like halfway giving up. I don't know how to make cute outfits in the summertime, but I'm just really feeling excited for the fall time. And these books, I remember trying to go and find books like these last year and I could not find any. The fall kind of theme cozy mysteries were nowhere to be seen, so wanted to pick some up before, you know, I'm out looking for them, but also just because they seemed so fun. So I picked up 5 cozy little mysteries, and one of them is perfect for this time of year actually, which is Murder on Cape Cod. Let's read what it's about, shall we? Summer is busy season for Mackenzie Mac's bicycle shop. Nestled in the quaint seaside hamlet of Weston, Massachusetts, she's expecting an influx of tourists at Mac's bikes. Instead, she discovers the body of Jake Lacey. Mac can't imagine anyone stabbing this down on luck handyman. However, the authorities seem to think Mac is the strong suspect after she was spotted arguing with Jake just hours before his death. Mac knows she didn't do it, but she does recognize that weapon, her brother Derek's fishing knife. Mac's only experience with murder investigations is limited to the cozy mystery she reads with her local book group, the Cozy Capers. So to clear her name and maybe her brother's too, Mac will have to summon help from her Cozy Capers, co-investigators, and a library's worth of detective tips and tricks. Very like, you know, just how these books are, but I think these are just like a fun little time, so I got that one. This is the one that my mom saw the special edition and she was like, you should get this book. And it is Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, and this is by Joanne Fluke. This is cute. This is cute. This is giving ultimate, like, to me, like 2000s comfort mom cozy vibes for some reason. I don't know why these books are giving me that vibe, but they just are. And I think this is a pretty popular little like mystery series. I'm not sure. But also, these are like 3 little like Halloween seasonal one that I picked up. This one is When the Crow's Away. This one is an Evenfall Witches B&B mystery, and I think that our main character is a witch. She works at her parents' bed and breakfast. This chocolatier dies in the town, and basically his ghost is trying to have her figure out whether he was murdered or not. Then we have Murder at the Pumpkin Pageant. This literally is just like, these covers are adorable. You can't tell me they aren't. And then we also have a limited edition Murder, which I feel like, I don't know if this one is seasonal. It's just kind of giving me that fall vibe by looking at it, so who knows, but I just honestly thought these were a really like cozy fun time, so we picked those up. My ribs hurt when I sit like this for too long, so we're gonna try not to sit like this for much longer. I'm just gonna kind of grab. Barnes & Noble was having a buy one get one 50% off. I don't know if it's still going on when this video is posted, but it was going on for a little bit. And so I had picked up Left of Forever because this is actually my current read that I'm reading right now. And so I wanted to pick up the physical copy of it because I also have the first book in this series, but I'm also enjoying this book right now. So I wanted to pick up the physical copy. This one is a second chance romance. They used to be married. They have a son together, and it's like years later they've been divorced, and it's like the guy kind of figures out first that he is still in love with his wife, and he is like wanting to grovel and get her back. And it's very, very emotional so far. Like, it's not, like, sometimes I have trouble, especially with, like, second chance romances. They've been divorced, and I'm like, but why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was the reason? But with this one, it wasn't really anybody's, like, wrongdoing. It's very emotional. There were a lot of things going on in their life, and I just am really liking it so far, so I definitely wanted to pick up a physical copy of it. Hopefully I keep the same feelings for it going on. But since that was going on, I was like, might as well like buy one get one 50. Girl math. I don't know if that's still a thing that we're referencing anymore, but that is truly destiny math, at least. And so I have been seeing this book going around, which is Cash, and it's a cowboy romance. I'm pretty sure our main character, Molly, her estranged father dies. He leaves her a massive cattle ranch, but to collect her inheritance, she has to move back to small town Texas that she left when she was a child, and basically she needs the money to invest into her company. The ranch's grumpy foreman, Cash Rivers, wants Molly gone. They're forced to work alongside each other, and I was like, yes, okay, this sounds like a really good read. I kind of feel like I'm in a little bit of a book slump right now, and I may or may not be filming a reading vlog concerning that, so you may see some of these books in that reading vlog. Also is kind of a motivator for me to read these books since I just bought them. Yeah, everything is connected. Okay, in the Destiny universe, everything's connected. Can I just rant for a second? I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Turned it to the side. I have a personal ick for books that are paperback, especially with sprayed edges. And here's the thing, it's like, I don't really want to like say anything because I really don't know how the publishing side of things work, so I don't want to sit here and be like, why can't we just, like, you release a few of them with the sprayed edges and then you release the rest of them just in regular paperback? Because my Barnes & Noble at least did not have any in regular paperback, and they just had them with these sprayed edges. And it's not like these are necessarily ugly. They do go with the cover, like it's cohesive, but I would have very much rather had just plain pages. And it's like, Destiny, you didn't have to buy them. Again, the deal was going on. There was not another romance book that I wanted to pick up. This one sounded like a good time. That is just how the cookie crumbled today. Also, talking about crumbling cookies, does anybody like crumble cookies? Moving on, this is one of the thrillers that I had gotten recommended that they said was one of the best thrillers that they had ever read in their life, and that is 20 Years Later. Now, it says, Avery Mason, host of American Events, knows how to grab a TV audience's attention. Her latest story, a murder mystery, is guaranteed ratings gold. New DNA technology has allowed the New York Medical Examiner's Office to make its first successful identification of a 9/11 victim in years. And there's a twist. The victim, Victoria Ford, had been accused of the gruesome murder of her married lover. In a chilling last phone call to her sister Emma, Victoria begged her to prove her innocence. By now, Emma has waited 20 years to clear Victoria's name. Alone, she's had no luck, but she's convinced that Avery's connections and fame will help. I'm honestly kind of a little confused as to what's happening, but there were so many people in the comments raving about this one, so I'm interested to see again. And I feel like I'm just kind of motivated to pick up a really good thriller, because I feel like, especially if you're in a book slump, thrillers are really good because they're just such fast-paced reads. I picked up the last and final copy of these specific like kind of TV adaptations, and usually I don't like the like movie TV adaptation covers, but I have the other two of these because I feel like with these specifically, they just got them right. I told you guys I've been in a fantasy mood. I've been picking up and starting, at least starting is the key word, a lot of fantasies, and usually I don't really pick up fantasies in the summertime, but I have just, again, hate to keep repeating myself. I know it's probably annoying. I don't know if it's just because I am really excited for the fall season, like the cozy, like burr months. I don't know if that's what it is, but I've been wanting to pick up more fantasy. I have so much unread fantasy on my TBR. Like, girl, go shop your physical TBR. This was the monthly pick at Barnes & Noble, and this is The Lies of Locke Lamora. This was on a specific table where it said like fantasy heist novel, and it had Six of Crows on the table, like all of the books like that. And I kept like coming back to that table and just looking at this book, and even my mom was like, I think you should pick that book up. Like she pointed to this book on the table and was like, I think you should read that one. And so you guys know, I listen to my mom. My mom has great taste, so why wouldn't I read a book? It's unironically 2 books that my mom chose in this haul. Reading my mom's picks. Moving on, this is the other thriller that I'd gotten recommended. There was actually 3 of them, but they didn't have the 3rd one, but we'll see how these 2 work out to see if I trust these recommendations. But this one is Look Closer. It's about a wealthy Chicago couple, and basically absolutely nothing is what it seems with these 2. When a beautiful socialite is found hanging in a mansion in a nearby suburb, Simon and Vicky's complex web of secrets begin to unravel. That is crazy. And then I was in the young adult section. I realized that I had never read this one, but I remember seeing people when I first, like I'm talking about back in 2020, when I was first getting on like Book Talk. I remember people talking about this book and absolutely loving it. And I was like, wait, I haven't read this book by John Green yet. I'm interested to see how I feel, because me and John Green's writing, I don't know if I love it. Turtles All the Way Down, we're gonna try this one out. The last 2 books I have was right before I went and hit checkout. I should have just lined up at checkout. But these are a few adaptations that I haven't seen yet. I don't know if they're out yet. They may both be out, I don't know. But I really, really wanted to read The Long Walk by Stephen King, because the plot of this one, there is a movie that's either coming out or has just freshly came out. It says, against the wishes of his mother, 16-year-old Ray is about to compete in the annual grueling match of stamina and wit known as the Long Walk. 100 boys must keep a steady pace of 4 miles per hour without ever stopping, and the winner being awarded the prize, anything he wants for the rest of his life. But as part of this national tournament that sweeps the dystopian America year after year, there are some harsh rules that Ray and 99 others must adhere to in order to beat out the rest. There's no finish line. The winner is the last man standing. Contestants cannot receive any outside aid whatsoever. Slow down under the speed limit and you're giving a warning. 3 warnings and you're out of the game permanently. And it's honestly not that long. Ever since I've seen the trailer for this one, I wanted to read the book, because that's just the annoying person I am. I'm like, I have to read the book first and then compare it, and then if I'm watching with anybody, tell everybody how it's different from the book. What a delight. Am I right? The last one, I actually think, no, I know this is the movie adaptation cover, I think. So this is Clown in a Cornfield. I do think this is the perfect thriller for the summertime, and I've heard that it reads like a kind of like slasher, so that is absolutely my vibe. I've really been wanting to pick this one up, so I'm very excited about this one, and I wanted to watch the movie, but I was like, I should read the book first. So there is that. Anyway, those are all of the books that I have picked up. I hope you guys had a fun time going book shopping with me, reading. Didn't do any reading in this video. We need to be doing reading in videos, right? We need to get back to the reading vlogs. I know. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you guys have any recommendations for me to pick up and read, if you guys have any thoughts on any of these books, let me know down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff you guys need to do, and I will see you guys when I see ya. Peace.